He's gonna cut the countertop. We're gonna have a countertop. We're gonna have a countertop. We're Jess and Jessie, aka Los Jessie, aka the Vandering Minstrels. After a construction nightmare forced us to unexpectedly vacate our apartment, we are now staying with our friend Elena until we finish the van build. Now that the kitchen cabinetry has been installed, we can begin working on customizing our butcher block countertop. What did we just get? And what is this, pray tell?
This is beautiful. It's a walnut butcher block countertop. It's really pretty.
It's so pretty. We just saw it last night on Facebook Marketplace and kind of got a little deal on it. Picked it up today. Done and done. Hello.
So today we got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to do every day, so I'm just gonna stop saying that.
Yeah.
But what we want to do today is fit and scribe out and mark our countertop so that we can make all the cuts and get it ready for installation. That's our modest goal, and let's see if we can stick to that. You like how we always give you an idea of what we want to get done that day,
And then
we
don't
never
do
get
it?
it done?
Yeah.
Let's do something.
Okay.
Oh boy, I can't believe we're doing that.
Here goes nothing. First cut on our countertop.
This is a beautiful cut from a cordless jigsaw along the side of this. Like I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but it is just, it's beautiful. The next step is to, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, it sits high, or there's like a difference in level there. So we have to shave that and make sure it's all level.
Of course, we need to shave off this whole rim here because we made that slightly too tall. So we got some planing to do. Lucy, you got some planing to do.
Mine's not loose, okay. The plane is not working. I think our blades are a little bit too dull and our skill level is a little bit too, so I'm gonna, that's the technical term. So I'm gonna go with this guy, which is just like a hack and slash method, which I can totally do, and try and keep it as even as possible. I will say these are not designed to be used on plywood. They're supposed to be used on regular wood.
It's not perfect, but that's
No, it's great. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot faster. And now we can finish it up and be done.
All right, I got some not so good news. Now it's gapping. So we thought, oh, okay, the board we need to cut this all level, right? So that it would sit, but now it's got a big old gap. So now we need to perhaps shim it, which isn't gonna look very nice, which is a big bummer. I hope we come up with something good.
Not the prettiest job, as you can see, but it'll do. We don't have a guide rail or a piece of aluminum L that's long enough to go the entire length, but I think with this little jig holding it exactly where it needs to go and that keeping it from pushing back should be good to go. Yeah.
He's gonna cut the countertop. We're gonna have a countertop. We're gonna have a countertop.
You did this already, but I'm nervous because I didn't do this yesterday.
Looking good so far.
And a new battery. That took out 75% of this battery just to do a little bit more than half the thing. Looks good. Now to try and fit it.
Wow, look at that.
I know.
Look at this countertop. It's gonna look more beautiful when tape's not on it and when it's finished with
and there's better light.
oils and things and stuff. But yeah, this is a beautiful walnut countertop.
You can picture our cooking range will be like here.
We'll have a cooking range there.
Nice big.
We'll have a
cooking
sink
range.
right here.
And a big sink here. Little faucet coming out.
We're gonna have a faucet? Oh,
With
boy.
the sink, yeah, sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 faucets. Did you know that?
We're not gonna be slumming it in this
No,
thing.
no. This is gonna be better than any apartment we've lived in together. Here goes cut 1 for the cooktop. Ta-da! You ever heard a dog's symphony before? We're gonna do a reveal. So we're gonna see a little bit of the flange of the stainless steel sink, so that we can set a cutting board in there and it can rest on there.
I am going to cut the sink hole now.
It's a little nerve-wracking. Oh yeah, like butter. Look how beautiful that hole looks.
Now it's time for the big girl stuff. Ugh. Hope my glasses don't fog up. Wow.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, got a sinkhole right here.
Be the sink.
Yeah. Let's see how she looks.
So what do we have here?
We have our sink hole and our sink.
Oh, good. Both.
Both in one place,
Nice.
finally. Together for the first time. I'm going to the lumber yard. I'm at Houston Hardwoods. They're gonna mill my wood. I just got back from the lumberyard at Houston Hardwoods, and they helped me out by resawing some pretty sweet scraps of butcher block. As we were racking our brains for how to get as much bang for our buck out of our butcher block, we had to cut down that butcher block because it's 1.5 inches thick, which already is like more weight than we would ideally like for a countertop in a van. We definitely wanted it to be less weight for our cutting board insert, our countertop flip up, and we're also going to use a little bit for our backsplash. So your local lumberyard offers those services for a very reasonable price. So without further ado, ta-da! Look at all my milled wood. So this is now in 4 pieces instead of 2. This is going to be our countertop extension flip up, which is now down to 3/4 inch. This is what I'm most excited about. This was one long end piece that we cut off of the countertop. So we now have 3 pieces of wood. The thin piece is going to be our backsplash. The 2 others, we're actually going to make it 3 deep, and we're going to turn them into a desktop. This is going to be our countertop flip up. There she is. Down position, up position, down position, up position. So this sink is now sitting on top of this, right? So now I need to chisel out a little bit so it'll be flush so that our countertop can lie flat on here and the sink's not in the way. So I gotta chisel off like a 32nd of an inch, essentially. All right, finished product. You can see the sink now sits relatively flush. The sink is curved a bit. It bows upwards, so there still is a tiny gap. Now at least the countertop is sitting pretty flush. It's a very, very tiny gap at the moment, and then once we, bolt it in, that'll be fine. Plus it's resting, our cabinetry is not perfect. This is a little bit higher actually than this support here. So we are happy with that. My first time using a router and my very first cut. I'm nervous. I can do it. That actually looks beautiful. We're gonna be experts by the end of this. Okay, so I just finished routing everything. It's my first time routing anything. I am not a master woodworker, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the results, despite a couple of bumps. So let's take a look. Nice and smooth, rounded corners. I smoothed out this little blowout hole we had, which was quite upsetting at first, but actually I think looks quite pretty now. I don't mind a little imperfection. It gives me a little bit of, reminds me of driftwood a little bit. Smooth inside to our sink hole. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It looks nice. I just spent the past 6 hours or so sanding this beautiful countertop. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some oil on this baby. Yeah. This stuff smells amazing. It smells like freshly cut oranges. Like not fake. It smells like someone just peeled an orange right next to me. It smells amazing.
What is it?
Half tung and half mineral oil. That is food safe. So oftentimes if you finish something with pure tung oil, according to my research, it's a little too thick for the first coat. You can, and they recommend that you thin it down with citrus solvent or turpentine or something like that. I didn't want to use turpentine since this is our countertop, but I found a company that makes a half and half and that I didn't have to blend myself. And so I thought, screw it, I'll just try that.
See how just rich, it just looks so much richer.
It does.
It really looks nice. Oh, wow. Look how clear that came. You got this little darker part of the grain here. And up here, too. That really is kind of cool to watch it change like that.
Yeah, honestly, this has been a fun project to work on. Like, just working on finishing it. I've enjoyed it. I like woodworking. Something I haven't done in a super long time since I was a kid, really. You happy so far with it?
Very.
Good. Well, the first coat's on. It's getting a little dark out here, but we're gonna let it sit for a bit and then I'll reapply. But for now, it's looking pretty beautiful, I think. Good morning. My arm's a little sore from all that sanding I did yesterday, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. After 3 coats of this oil treatment that I've given it, it's looking really beautiful and rich. I do need to continue to oil it until the oil starts to pool. And once that happens, I will know I have oiled enough.
Talk to the camera. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up some sanding on our cutting boards, and then I'm gonna route them, and then I'll just do a final finishing sand, and then I can oil them.
Perfect.
There's still more to do on the countertop. I finished it a little too glossy yesterday, which was a mistake, and so now I might have to go sand and buff some stuff off, so I'm going to continue to work on that. Here's what I'm up against, guys. I got it to a really beautiful finish, and then I read the instructions of the product I was using on their website as opposed to the bottle, and they implied that you should do a thicker layer than I was doing, so I thought, okay, maybe it needs more oil absorption. However, it got to this place where it's like really shiny, and I don't like that. We wanted it to have a nice natural wood look, and now it looks kind of glossy and almost like a shellac. And I was going to wipe up the excess oil, but it actually hardened and kind of polymerized, which was surprising because I didn't leave it on for that long. But now it has the shellac look, which just looks too dark in the van. And yeah, I'm not a fan. Unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to resand this entire thing, which I've been working on for days now. It already looks much less shiny, like natural wood, which is what I'm going for. Of course, now it has a kind of dusty sheen to it from the sanding, which is good. It's a step in the right direction. I wanted to show you guys our countertop as well, which has been oiled, not installed. We have to do a few things before we can do that, but it looks pretty good. I'm very proud of it. Take a look. This is our flip up, which is going to go right here, basically, and it'll go down. I can't do that right now with one hand. Then we've got this backsplash as well. Our stove is going to go in this hole. And then we come to our sink, which I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. It's going to be just a little bit higher because we're going to put some bumpers on it so that it doesn't rattle around while we drive on the lip. But we decided to go with a 2 cutting board or 2 lid concept, which basically when you take this off, this little one, we're going to have our faucet over here. So if you're like cooking and prepping and you want to be using this extra counter space, you can still rinse your hands while you're doing that rather than having the entire thing covered. And we also felt like this was a more like manageable size cutting board to use the majority of the time anyway. So we like having the ability to close off the entire space, but also have it be a little bit more modular. And then we're really happy with how the color turned out too. It's darker than we originally intended, but you know, it's walnut, so it's a dark wood. That's what we chose. But it looks really, really pretty and rich, and I think we're gonna be really happy with the overall appearance once we get all the rest of our decor in here. So I'm going to continue working on the countertop and trying to get this backsplash attached to it so that we can glue it to our cabinets and then finally have it installed. First step is to drill the pilot hole, so here I go. We have a special guest visiting us today from Austin.
He's a real good guy and my friend, our friend.
Okay.
Oh, you know, working. How's the drive?
It's good, it's good. Hey, what's up?
Frankie.
Not that much.
This is our good buddy Josh, singer friend of ours. Excellent singer. If you have any work for him, contact me and I'll take my 10%. Just kidding.
What are you guys working on?
We'll see.
Well,
I'm working on this over here, which is basically our countertop.
Yeah.
And I'm attaching the backsplash. Jesse's working on our closet walls right now.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We have very, very little leeway on this backsplash. It's
We
very
also have
thin.
like one shot.
One shot. I'm not giving away my shot. All right, here we go.
There's 2.
You want to help me for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I need you to do is just push down right here.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Here we go. Great, thank you.
Yep.
Now I just need to do the other side.
Oh, boy, I'm exhausted. Time to relax.
Because we got.
I forgot to put
wires
on
and-
this first, so I gotta undo the screws because nothing can ever be done just once.
The problem with wood countertops is that I'm always tempted to just like cut directly on them.
It's switchable. You can.
You can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then you have to clean it
Yep.
all the time.
Yep.
And you have to make sure it's conditioned.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna use a cutting board.
Yeah.
But we could cut on.
I
We're
know,
not going to.
that's what I'm saying is the problem. I want a cutting board that I can throw into the sink when I'm done with it and ignore for 3 days.
Okay, I did it. Well, I didn't install everything yet, but I did put the backsplash on. Look at that. It looks beautiful. I'm very excited about this. There's going to continue to be just a little bit of squeeze out here with the adhesive, so I'm going to have to clean that up later. But for now, this is looking pretty great. So that was our countertop. What do you think?
I like it. I think it's
I
very
like
nice.
it too.
Yeah, no, it looks great. I really like the countertop. I forgot how good it looked. Going
We've
back
had
and
it
watching all
covered
the
up
footage.
lately so
Yeah.
that we don't damage it, and it's nice to see it again. You'll see a lot of me in this video. Well, this guy was working on our solar, our roof rack, and our closet. So there's probably more than you need to see of me in this video, but we're really, really happy with how everything came together.
And being since it's the end of the year and you're going to see this on Christmas Eve, we want to take this opportunity to wish you all happy holidays and encourage you to stay safe and take all the precautions and show all the love and support to all of your friends and family, as we appreciate all of the love and support that we've got from our friends and
So much.
family this year.
Yeah, we've had really, really amazing gestures of kindness from our friends this year, and it's reminded us of what's important in life, and it's really been a blessing in disguise to struggle but feel so much love coming from our support system. So thank you to all of you, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps us out so much, and we hope everyone has a fantastic and much improved 2021. Bye. Happy New Year. Mwah.